Good morning everyone. I am Dr. Abhilasha and today I am going to take your another session on strategic analysis. Continuing with what we have done in the previous session, we were doing what? Generic strategies, right? So we'll just go through this, we'll have a quick recap and then we'll go further with the session. So in the previous session we did cost based versus differentiation based strategies, cost leadership and focus strategies, sources of cost advantage, broad differentiation versus focus, types of differentiation, blue ocean strategies and case study analysis. Can someone quickly get up and tell me what we studied in blue ocean strategies? How many of you are new in the class today? It's the first class. Thank you ma'am, thank you sir for attending the class. I'm really grateful. Yeah. So blue ocean strategies. Ma'am, do you have any idea about it? What is it? Please stand up and speak.
इनिशियली कोई चीज स्टार्ट होती है तो हम उसे ब्लू ओशन स्ट्रेटजी कहते हैं क्योंकि हमारा कोई एग्जिस्टिंग कॉम्पिटिटर नहीं है
Okay.
तो ये हमारी हमारी को कॉम्पिटेंसी भी बन सकती है ये इसमें ब्लू ओशन.
And what about red ocean? Anyone would like to please sit? Anyone would like to try? What is red ocean strategy? See, because when we are studying blue ocean, in contrast to that, we have to study red ocean as well, so that we can have a contrasting view, right? So what do you understand about red ocean strategy? Someone? Alright. So red ocean strategy talks about when there is an existing market which is sort of saturated, but still you want to try your bet and you enter into that market. For instance, we had Paytm and PhonePe which were already there, but BharatPe entered, right? Everything was set for BharatPe. As consumers, Paytm prepared the consumers how to use digital thing, scan the bar, so on and so forth. BharatPe entered and it was a red ocean strategy that they followed, right? So in today's class, what we will be covering is product and market diversification strategies, portfolio models, industry versus product life cycle, static versus dynamic competitive advantage and case study analysis. So what do you understand by product and market diversification strategies? What has come to your mind? What is product diversification strategy? Ma'am, you. What do you understand by this?
Diversifying in different aspects.
What aspects?
Talking about products, introducing new products.
And any example that comes to your mind?
Introducing a new range of products. You are into skincare.
Right.
Introducing a hair care range.
Correct.
Mainly products. Because they have all sorts of diversification of all the target audience.
So when we talk about product diversification strategy, what exactly we mean is that we will be having, the companies will be having range of products and services. They will not limit to just one product, they will come up with multiple products. Why is that important? It is important because they want to get deeper into the market. जितने नए products होंगे उतना market में they'll have a chance to get deep into the market. They will reduce their risk. How would they reduce their risk? For example, there is one product, for example Maggi, बीच में बैन हो गई थी. अगर वो सिर्फ एक ही product पे rely करते तो they would have had a downfall, right? They had multiple products. We all know Nestle के बहुत सारे products आते हैं. Milo आता है. Then there are various drinks that come Nestle के. Nescafe आता है, right? So on and so forth. It also would enhance their revenue growth. So what are the key strategies that they generally use is that they try to innovate They invest a lot into R&D. They invest a lot into R&D. If they are not developing a product themselves, what they do is they get into acquisition, they acquire. Or the other thing that they do is they partner. They partner with something, some other organization, some other company or some other product which is there to expand their product range. So let's just study few examples. Examples will help us to have a better clarity about what exactly I'm talking, right? So can someone please read out to me what is the first diversification strategy? Horizontal, yeah. So what do you understand by horizontal diversification strategy? For example, we all know Pepsi is there, but Pepsi is the only product? No. जो लेज आता है, फ्रीटो ले, जो लेज के चिप्स आते हैं, उसकी भी कौन सी कंपनी है? Pepsi, right. So what they exactly do is they try to come up with sort of related products. So like Pepsi is considered to be one of the drinking snacks. Similarly, they also have other products like Minute Maid and so on and so forth. The other related products. So when the products are related to each other, they try to see already their logistics and supply chain is already set. Pepsi is everywhere. आप कहीं भी जाएंगे, you will find this product. What they do is they add one more product. How will it enhance? It will obviously enhance its revenue, right? And customer retention will be more. अभी kids को Pepsi वगैरह पीने के लिए लोग मना करते हैं कि it has a very high sugar content, right? But Lay's etc. कभी it's specially meant for kids कि okay, one packet of wafer is still fine, right? Then vertical diversification. So when I talk about vertical diversification, here I would like to give the example of Zara. So here vertical diversification means like there are various stages in which this entire supply chain is divided, right? कहाँ से आप procure करेंगे raw material, फिर raw material में fabric होता है, buttons होते हैं, chain होती है, बहुत सारी चीज़ें होती हैं हर स्टेज पे. इट्स नॉट जस्ट कि एक मैन्युफैक्चरिंग यूनिट में सब कुछ हो रहा है. देयर आर मल्टीपल लेयर्स, देयर आर मल्टीपल spots where all these things are happening, right? So in that case it is called vertical diversification, where they are expanding into products involved in different stages of the production process, right? Then we will talk about concentric diversification. So guys, when I'm teaching you all this, you have to keep it in mind that ultimately we will be doing one of the case studies, and when we'll be doing the case study, we have to use all these frameworks, terminologies, whatever I'm going to teach you, right? See, you have to understand one thing. By the end of your academic stint here, while you will be doing your MBA, obviously by the end of it, you will give exam, you will get a degree, right? All of you will get a degree, a piece of paper. Wherever you are going to apply, scan copy लगाओगे, Xerox लगाओगे, सब कुछ लगाओगे. But now you have to walk and talk. It should be part of your personality now. That now you are MBA students and you've been, and that too you are doing your MBA from Delhi University, and I would like to believe that I'm doing my task really well, and I want my students to walk and talk, and you should get this thing into your personality now, right? It's important. Just don't consider it that after end of it you will just get a piece of paper and that would be all. Why I'm saying this is because now whatever I'm going to teach, you have to keep it in your mind. मिल गया मुझे, thank you. You have to keep it in your mind. You have to use these terminologies. Henceforth, whenever you will see some product, you have to keep it in your mind. इसकी कंपनी कौन सी है, इसके headquarters कहाँ है, इसका origin कहाँ है, so on and so forth, right? So when we talk about concentric diversification, it means that we'll come up with new products which will be probably using the same technology and will be related. Like Canon के क्या आते हैं? And printers आते हैं, photocopiers आते हैं, printers जो घर पे हमारे होते हैं, the small setup that we have with a scanner and all, एंड जो जहाँ पे आप अगर आप इफ़ यूल गो टू सम फोटो कॉपी शॉप यू विल फाइंड दिस ह्यूज machines, right? They are also from Canon. Not always, but in most of the time, right? So here what Canon has done is that, you know, they had this knowledge about optics, they had the knowledge about lenses, so they diversified. They just didn't stick to one product, which was a camera. What they did, they tried to get into multiple things, and those were printers or photocopiers, so on and so forth, where they have used the technology, right? Then conglomerate diversification. Tata में कैसे है? Conglomerate में there will be many products unrelated. Here in Canon what you have seen, a related product. Lens की बात हो रही है, कैमरा की बात हो रही है, सब में similar चीज़ें use हो रही हैं, right? But Tata has unrelated products. So let's just dig little deeper so that you'll have fairly better idea about what exactly I'm trying to talk. Here, product diversification, how did Tata start? They started with the steel, we all know, right? And then what they got into? Automotives, then they got into, है ना, right? Then we know salt भी आता है, soap भी है, चाय भी है उनका. Now they are into retail also, they have clothing line also. Are these things anywhere related? No. So this is how they are surviving. They are not so, they are not putting all their eggs in one basket, right? What they are trying to do is they have diversified into various streams so that the revenues can be constant. They can have futuristic revenue streams, right? Going forward, but there are also risks associated with it, right? Like for instance, if we talk particularly about Tata, the benefit is कि risk mitigate होता है, risk reduce होता है. Okay, let please share that with me also. I would also love to have a good laugh. I am not feeling well. If you will share that joke with me, it would be great. Ma'am, share the joke with me. So when we talk about Tata per se, since they have diversified into so many streams, obviously they have mitigated their risk. अगर एक भी product, for instance, for example, कौन सा product था which is very well known जो टाटा का नहीं चल रहा है? नैनो. अगर ऐसा होता कि सिर्फ एक वही product होता उनका और कुछ भी नहीं होता, बस टाटा नैनो बस यही होता, क्या वो भी कहीं survive करती? No, right? So when they are diversifying into multiple streams, what exactly they do is they mitigate their risk, they reduce their risk, right? Then there are also chances to have market leadership, because जब आप ऐसे इतनी सारी चीज़ों में होते हैं, आपके obviously revenue streams बहुत ज़्यादा होते हैं, and the chances to have a leadership position increases, because higher the revenue streams you have more, you know, capital to invest, right? You are financially more sound, you can invest more. Then what about global reach? It also helps in global reach. हमें पता है वो कौन सा इन्होंने globally कौन सा एक automotive किया था acquire, right? We all know that. Everybody, are we on the same page? यार आप लोग ना आगे आ जाओ, तो इतनी दूर तो फिर मेरा तो गला ही हो जाएगा. हाँ आप इधर बैठ जाओ, प्लीज सिट. हाँ अभी हम 2 घंटे बाद में हम अपनी दोस्ती निभाएंगे, ठीक है? जस्ट सिट. चलो. So what about the challenges? There are also challenges associated with it. They're not just the benefits, but the challenges. Which one is that? That they manage diversity. कैसे होता है ये? It is one of the biggest challenge, because अगर आप इतनी सारी चीज़ें करोगे एक साथ, obviously it is a difficult task, right? कोई एक particular product को आप groom कर रहे हो, अच्छे से उसको उसकी मार्केटिंग कर रहे हो, सेल्स कर रहे हो, it's still easier. But when you have multiple range of products, there are plethora of products, what exactly you do is you have to maintain the quality, you have to maintain its logistics across all the sectors, countries, nations, so on and so forth, right? Then मार्केट फ्लक्चुएशन, कुछ हो गया मार्केट में, कुछ ऐसी एक रूमर आ गया, कुछ आ गया और आपके प्रोडक्ट को कोई ले नहीं रहा है, nobody is using it. In that case also these are certain things that you know when you are having some new product तो उसमें आप बहुत सारा कैपिटल इन्वेस्ट कर रहे हो, ह्यूमन कैपिटल यूज़ कर रहे हो, इतनी सारी चीज़ें आप उसमें टाइम इन्वेस्ट कर रहे हो, एंड इफ दैट डजंट वर्क आउट देन ऑल योर एनर्जी is wasted, and this is one of cases, you know, this is one of the challenges. कुछ economic cycle आ गया, कुछ downturn आ गया, कुछ आ गया. So these are also the things that we have to take under consideration. Next thing that we're going to study is about my market diversification strategies. What is market diversification? Sorry ma'am? Correct. कि आपका product वही है, but now you are getting into new market, right? Why is this important? Objective क्या होता है कि आप ठीक है, you know you have an established product, this product is getting good revenues. अब आप क्या करोगे? You will try to get more revenues by it, right? Then you will expand into new markets. इससे one more thing that happens is आपका risk mitigate होता है. कैसे? एक आपका जो business is probably market X पे base था, now it is spread over a multiple market, right? Then what about market penetration? आप further market penetrate करते हो, new segments के पास जाते हो जो already untapped थे, जो आपको नहीं पता था पहले कि exist कर रहे हैं, and now those markets are existing. Strategy क्या होती है? Market research. आपने देखा होगा whenever you go to some mall or somewhere, there are people. If you go to, for instance, if you cross a Starbucks or some cafe, there are people with the trays और आपको एक छोटे छोटे उसमें वो ड्रिंक्स ऑफर करते हैं कि दिस इज़ अ न्यू कॉफ़ी, दिस इज़ अ कैरमल बेस्ड कॉफ़ी, दिस इज़ अ न्यू चॉकलेट दैट वी आर कमिंग अप विद. कभी कभी न्यूज़पेपर में भी एक चॉकलेट चिपका हुआ आ जाता है. आई डोंट नो हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू नाउ गेट द न्यूज़पेपर. और एक शैम्पू का सैशे दे विल, यू नो, हाउ दे डू अ market research, they do a market survey, how acceptable is the new product is. kabhi aapke paas, you know, these kids around 17-18-year-old, they come and they ask you to fill a form, Likert scale pe how much do you like on a scale of 1 to 5, 1 to 7, ye product ko rate kar do, ye service rate kar do, so on and so forth. How does it help the organization? They get to understand, you know, where is their standing. डेटा होता है, हमें लगता है हम भर रहे हैं, ऐसे हज़ारों लोग भरते हैं. That data is researched, that data is analyzed. There are various tools to analyze those data. We will not go into those you know, tools, but there are tools such as, just for the heck of your knowledge, I'll tell you, there are tools such as SPSS, PLS, in which these things are analyzed. There are factor analysis which is done. एंड ऐसे नहीं होता कि वन फाइन डे कोई कंपनी सोचती है कि चलो हम ये प्रोडक्ट रोल आउट कर देते हैं. नो, there's a lot of research that goes behind it, right? And in future when you guys would be working, and these organizations will be taking your help to understand the market, right? Then the other strategy is localization, कि वहाँ के local needs को समझना, how, you know, locally people are accepting their product. This is also one of the important things. Then building partnership, आपके local vendor से partnership करना. It also comes into, you know, when you are entering into a new market. Resource allocation and brand adaptation. Resource allocation, मेरे पास some $100 billion है. I have to be sure that where am I investing those money, because obviously I need a return out of it, right? It's not that charity. It is not a charity. It is not a not for profit. It's for profit, right? So if I have to invest my money, I have to ensure that how much return I will get out of it. So two of the examples for my market diversification strategy is Spotify. How many of you use Spotify? ठीक है, Spotify use करते हैं. अच्छा चलो बताओ, स्पॉटिफाई के हेडक्वार्टर्स कहाँ पर है? See, this is what I want you guys to know, right? ठीक है, अभी पता चल गया हमको फेसबुक का है, यूएस, एप्पल पता है, ठीक है, बट जो भी आप अच्छा रेडियो मिर्ची कौन कौन सुनता है या सुनता था या सुन लेते हैं कभी गाड़ी में? हाँ मतलब इट्स ऑन द रेडियो राइट, इट जस्ट वेन एवर वी आर ट्रैवलिंग और डूइंग समथिंग वी जस्ट लिसन राइट. किसका प्रोडक्ट है ये नाइन? इट्स अ प्रोडक्ट राइट. टाइम्स ग्रुप राइट, इट्स द टाइम्स ग्रुप. It's on the third floor of the Times Group in the Noida office. ये चीज़ें आपको पता होनी चाहिए because this is your point of differentiation. ऐसा नहीं है कि ये चीज़ नहीं पता है तो कुछ अलग हो जाएगा, बट अगर ये चीज़ पता होती है so obviously you know then why are you here? You could have been sitting at home on a Sunday noon chilling at home. Since you're here, यहाँ पे आने का ROI तो पूरा चाहिए ना हमें, राइट? कैसे आ गए बस? एनीवेज सो चलो गूगल करो, मैं नहीं बताती कहाँ है. देखो स्पॉटिफाई का हेडक्वार्टर्स. गुड, इट्स इन स्टॉकहोम, इट्स इन स्वीडन. सो व्हेन आई टॉक अबाउट डाइवर्सिफिकेशन, जोग्राफिक एक्सपेंशन, बहुत लोगों को लगेगा स्पॉटिफाई तो इंडिया का ही है, यहीं पे चलता है, यहाँ गाने हम सुनते हैं, यहीं हेडक्वार्टर है दिल्ली में, Mumbai में. Sweden, it's in Sweden, it's in Stockholm, right? And I think if I'm not wrong, it's one of the founders is Martin Eck or someone. Anyway, and Daniel, पता नहीं याद नहीं मुझे. Anyway, ठीक है कर लिया गूगल सबने? ठीक है फ़ोन रख दें हम? So Spotify was somewhere in Sweden, somewhere in Stockholm, but here we enjoy the music on Spotify, right? It's इस पे आपके podcast भी चलते हैं, बहुत सारे YouTubers also are having their podcasts now. Even you can have your podcast there. Even I can have my podcast there, right? So they have expanded into new markets. Ma'am, didn't you understand what I said in the beginning? Was it that difficult for you to understand? Then what about Nike? We know Nike? Yes. Nike, what is it into? Shoes. कैसे shoes बनाता है Nike? Sport shoes, right? But do you think they're just limited to like sports running shoes? There are multiple shoes. जो footballers के अलग shoes होते हैं and जो sneakers होते हैं वो तो कोई sport shoes नहीं होते हैं. They are basically accessories. If I'm not wrong, Jordans and all, right? These are the sneakers. These are not the running shoes or anything. But they understood that you know if they want to survive in the market, they just can't be making running shoes की बस एक जूता बना दिया और वो ही है. They are you know using it की but they have to understand that they have to diversify in the market, and they came up with multiple products and multiple demographics. Let's say for example, if I'll buy a Nike shoe, so I'm not into fitness. I know I should be, but I'm not into that much of fitness. So probably I would buy a shoe which is probably a pretty looking shoe, a white shoe, a pretty looking shoe, rather than its utility that it will help me to run. But people who are into, there is a demography, people are into fitness, they are very much sure about you know what kind of a sole do they want, उसका grip कैसा होगा, so on and so forth. Right. How do they cushion it? How is it used? I think it's maybe recycled products भी आते हैं Nike में, if I'm not wrong, right? हाँ, exactly. So usability. So अलग-अलग demography के according उन्होंने usability define करी और अपने product को broader audience तक पहुँचाने की कोशिश करी. Now let's talk about few more examples. We know about KFC, right? They have expanded into China, and when they chose to expand into China, we will go after the class. Yes, sir. We can make this plan later on. So when they entered China, they knew that China is more into rice. So they have to change a little. They have to offer rice along with their KFC chicken. And now it's a huge rage. Like, right? So KFC is a huge rage when it comes to China. Outcome क्या हुआ? Obviously इसके sales increase हुए. कोई भी प्रोडक्ट को अगर आप थोड़ा सा कस्टमाइज करोगे अकॉर्डिंग टू द जोग्राफिकल नीड्स तो उसके जैसे कॉर्नफ्लेक्स होता है, हैव यू ईटन कॉर्नफ्लेक्स? हम कैसे उसको कोई मुझे बताएगा? हैव यू ईटन मैम? हैव यू ईटन कॉर्नफ्लेक्स है वो? किसी ने खाए कॉर्नफ्लेक्स? हाउ डू यू ईट द कॉर्नफ्लेक्स? मिल्क नहीं, पूरा प्रोसेस बताओ मुझे, विद मिल्क नहीं. हाँ ठीक है, वी बॉयल द मिल्क, वी पुट द कॉर्नफ्लेक्स, बट दिस इज नॉट द वे कॉर्नफ्लेक्स वॉज meant to be eaten. It was meant to be eaten with cold milk, with a crunch. But जब इंडिया में they entered the market, I remember way back when I was in school, these Kellogg's guys, they came to our school and they gave us these huge boxes of Kellogg's when they were entering. They distributed in the entire class when they entered Indian market. And what they did, it was supposed to be taken with cold milk. But Indians being Indian, हमने गरम किया, हमने दलिए की तरह उसके अंदर डाल दिया, वो पूरा सॉगी हो गया, पूरा गीला हो गया वो, और फिर हमने उसको दलिए की तरह we had. But अगर आप कभी भी देखेंगे, if you'll ever see any movie, there is this actress, she'll walk into the fridge, she'll open the fridge, take out one bottle of huge milk, कॉर्नफ्लेक्स लेंगे, उसमें डाल देंगे एंड क्रंच साउंड, बिकॉज इसका यूएसपी क्रंच साउंड था. बट दे अंडरस्टूड इफ दे वांट टू सर्वाइव इन इंडियन मार्केट, दे हैव टू चेंज द वे पीपल ईट इट, राइट? अब ठंडे दूध में तो हम नहीं पीने वाले किसी भी हाल में. सो दे वर लाइक ओके, देन दे स्टार्टेड देयर एड्स आल्सो लाइक दैट, ठीक है गर्म दूध में आप डाल के पी रहे हो, अदरवाइज इट्स सपोज टू बी टेकन विद कोल्ड मिल्क. टाइटन फास्ट ट्रैक वॉचेस किसने यूज़ करी है? टाइटन फास्ट ट्रैक वॉचेस, आई हैव यूज्ड इट, राइट? बट पहले क्या होता था, अर्लियर इट यूज टू बी द टाइटन वॉच यूज टू बी फॉर आवर पेरेंट्स, राइट? डैड के पास एक होती थी, मदर के पास एक होती थी, किसी की शादी में भी जाते थे तो वो कपल वाली वॉच दे देते थे. बाय द एंड ऑफ इट इतनी वॉचेस आ जाती थी उन लोगों के पास कि फिर वो लोग आगे बांट देते थे उसको, है ना? वो जो आती है रागा की एक मैन वॉच है ना, फीमेल वॉच. अब आप कहते हो टाइटन मत दो, आप कुछ बेटर, इफ़ यू हैव अ बेटर वॉच, राइट? बट दे एंटर अ न्यू डेमोग्राफिक. कैसे? दे वांटेड टू केटर टू द कॉलेज स्टूडेंट्स, टू young kids, 11th 12th college. So they came up with eyewears, they came up with bags. Why they did this? Because they wanted to capture a new market, right? Then again I'll discuss this example of TCS. TCS pehle it was only into IT consulting, but now they are into digital consulting also. They are using AI also. They are also providing the cloud services. Why do they do this? Because obviously they want to increase their revenue streams, and if whatever they are doing currently, अगर उसमें थोड़ा सा add on करके they can increase, they can enhance the revenue stream, then why not, right? So they came up with other services as well. But there are also risks and challenges associated with it. एक तो if they are entering into a new market, for instance, there can be certain cultural and regulatory challenges. For this particular thing, just remind me, somebody just make a note of it. Probably in the next class, I will show you one case study, a video of a case study in which you will understand that how this cultural thing, that comes into picture. This change when it comes into a new market. Then resource misallocation. What if मैंने resources अपने लगा दिए किसी में, and then I realize कि इसकी ज़रूरत ही नहीं थी. I have invested just way too much, which was not even required, right? Then market misjudgment. What if I have prepared a product that probably my customers needed, but it was sort of a misjudgment, they didn't need it. For example, a nano, what was thought? Mr. Ratan Tata thought that ये एक ऐसी गाड़ी होगी जो लोग स्कूटर या बाइक से आगे मूव करना चाहते हैं, उनके लिए ये एक 1 लाख रुपए की गाड़ी हो जाएगी, वो अपनी फैमिली को लेके they can travel. That was his vision, but it just fall totally down on the ground. Why? Because अगर आप 1 लाख रुपए की गाड़ी बना रहे हो, आप सोच रहे हो उसमें आप कितना कॉम्प्रोमाइज़ कर रहे हो विद द क्वालिटी. एंड ठीक है, बच्चों को घुमाना है, फैमिली को घुमाना है, बट सेफ भी तो रखना है. अब वो ये नहीं कि जस्ट फॉर द हेक ऑफ अ कार आप एक गाड़ी आपके पास आ जाए बट उसकी सेफ्टी इतनी स्ट्रॉन्ग ना हो. हाउएवर इट्स इन द पास्ट and they have realized their mistake and it's no longer there, right? So these are certain, nobody is invincible कि कोई गलती नहीं कर सकता है. Anybody can make a mistake, right? So it was no matter how much of a business tycoon you were, but still he did make a mistake, right? So this can come into a market misjudgment. And when you guys will be working, quite possible that your boss would ask you to find कि अच्छा ये product का sales क्यों कम है. See, whatever I am teaching, it has a applicability. This is just not the theory, but you have to use it practically. कि इसका sales क्यों कम हो रहा है. Then you have to find out reasons why the sales is going down. You probably have to go into the market, you have to do the survey, you have to ask people, so on and so forth, right? Now we will understand portfolio models. What do you understand by portfolio models? Can someone tell me what do you understand by portfolio models? Right, see, अभी आपका business है, but that doesn't mean कि once you have a business, you're done with the story. You have to constantly evolve, you have to constantly understand कि आपका business अभी market में कहाँ stand कर रहा है. और जब आप लोग कोई एक organization join करोगे, this would be your task. This is why you guys would be paid. You have to understand, you have to make the report about your organization that this is where we are standing right now, right? Because end of the day, whatever profits the company would make, this is how you will going to get your salaries, right? So this is how, there are various tools which are used to understand and analyze that how your organization is having a standing in the market. So we will be discussing these 5 major models: BCG matrix, GE McKinsey, and SOF product life cycle, and McKinsey 7S framework. Have you ever read about BCG matrix? Right? What is it? Can someone please get up and tell me? Ma'am, you there? Please stand up. Yeah, you. I thought you were discussing BCG matrix with her, so I thought let's just discuss it with the class. Yeah. यार पता प्रॉब्लम ये है कि मैं भी स्टूडेंट ना, मैं ऐसे यहाँ नहीं आई ना. I've been through being a student and I know what you were talking. I wish I was little dumb. You know what a BCG matrix is? You know about it? Do you know about it? It's okay if you don't. It's okay. Sit. Anyone else? You tell me. तो इन सब चीज़ों की क्यों ज़रूरत पड़ती है? बिकॉज when you have a plethora of products, you have to understand where is your product standing in the market right now, and that's where all these metrics come handy. What do you understand by BCG stands for what? क्या है ये? Correct. So ये वाली जो कंपनी है, इन्होंने ये एक टूल, एक फ्रेमवर्क बनाया जिससे ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस कैन अंडरस्टैंड कि उन्हें अपने किस पर्टिकुलर प्रोडक्ट को ज़्यादा एम्फसाइज करना है, ज़्यादा उसमें इन्वेस्ट करना है, क्या इन्वेस्ट नहीं करना है. both the things, right? So as our fellow student rightly said, that there are 4 quadrants. One is star, question mark, cow and dog. जहाँ high growth potential होता है, that come और high market share होता है, that is our star product, star performer. कैश का होता है जहाँ पे हमारा शायद से मार्केट शेयर इतना ज़्यादा नहीं है, बट हमारी ग्रोथ ज़्यादा है, राइट उधर क्या हो रहा है हमारा लो ग्रोथ पोटेंशियल है बट हमारा हाई मार्केट शेयर है. देन वी हैव हाई ग्रोथ पोटेंशियल लो मार्केट शेयर विच इज़ अ क्वेश्चनेबल कि हमें इस प्रोडक्ट को कंटिन्यू करना है कि नहीं करना. एंड डॉग होता है लो ग्रोथ एंड लो मार्केट शेयर. लेट्स जस्ट अंडरस्टैंड दिस विद द हेल्प ऑफ एन एग्जाम्पल. कैन यू सी दिस? मैगी उनका कैश काउ है. इट इज़ वन प्रोडक्ट जिसकी सेल अभी तक कोई और प्रोडक्ट सरपास नहीं कर पाया. इट इज़ वन प्रोडक्ट विच इज़ बीइंग कंज्यूम्ड एंड इट इज़ लाइक दिस constant revenue that they get, right? Okay, you guys can note this down, you know, it will come handy because when we learn things with in the form of examples, it's easier to, you know, retain rather than memorize, right? So cash cow mein we can say Maggi is one of the products. Then if we talk about a star product, coffee, Nescafe ki coffee we know, this is usme bhi they are coming up with various variants, hazelnut, caramel, so on and so forth. Yeah. I'm really sorry, I don't think so I can do it. Fine, I'm going to share this with you, don't worry. Probably, you know, पूरा ये lit up है इसलिए नहीं हो रहा है. Otherwise, if this would have been a dark room, तो easily accessible होता. However, I'll just read it out to you, right? So, star product could be which has a high market share and high potential as well, right? So, in that it comes जो Nestle का जो water आता है वो and the coffee. Then, if we talk about question mark, तो जो किटकैट है इसका है ठीक है, इसका हाई है मतलब मार्केट है हाई, बट कितना ग्रोथ है क्योंकि डेयरी मिल्क इज़ वन प्रोडक्ट जो बहुत ज़्यादा, आई मीन इफ देयर इज़ अ चॉइस समवन हैज़ टू चूज, पीपल वुड पिक अप अ पर्पल रैपर रादर देन दे गोइंग फॉर अ किट कैट. बट हाँ ठीक है, अगर किसी के पास नहीं अवेलेबल है तो हम कहते हैं चलो फिर किट कैट दे दो, बट मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम वी ऑप्ट फॉर अ डेयरी मिल्क, राइट? Then lastly, Milo. I don't know how many of you have ever consumed Milo. किसी ने Milo use करा है कभी? Health drink. You know about it, right? पता तो होगा Milo होता है, right? It is one of the health drinks like Bonvita, right? It's like one of the health drinks. So see, बहुत कम लोगों को इसके बारे में पता है. Obviously, low growth potential and low market share. And in such cases, you know, companies think whether they really want to continue with this project or not. Now we will talk about GE McKinsey matrix. This talks about industry attractiveness and business unit strength. Higher the industry attractiveness, वो हो सकती है चाहे profitability हो या market growth हो या competitive intensity हो कि कितना competition है and how you are beating your competition. And business unit strength means based on your market share, your brand strength and your innovation capabilities. Higher our industry attractiveness and higher business unit strength, you want to grow. That means you would like to invest more into that stream, right? But if you see there is harvest and hold where there is something, you know, ठीक है आपका business unit strength तो high है लेकिन आपका इंडस्ट्री अट्रैक्टिवनेस प्रॉब्ली योर प्रॉफिट इज लो. इन दैट केस यू वुड थिंक, यू वुड होल्ड ऑन द प्रोडक्ट, यू वुड थिंक बिफोर इन्वेस्टिंग मोर दैट डज इट रिक्वायर मोर कैपिटल, राइट? एंड व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट हार्वेस्ट कि ठीक है अभी इस वाले प्रोडक्ट का हो गया, इससे जितना हमें रेवेन्यू बन सकता था हमने उससे उतना रेवेन्यू बना लिया है, अभी इट्स टाइम टू डाइवेस्ट. नाउ स्लोली हम इसमें रिड्यूस कर देंगे. जैसे माइलो के केस में आप देख सकते हो अभी ऑफ लेट मैंने नहीं देखा है इसको ऑन द शेल्व्स, बट पर्सनली आई हैव यूज्ड इट वंस अपॉन अ टाइम, बट अभी इट इज़ नॉट देयर, राइट? इट्स आई हैवंट सीन इट एनीवेयर. सो बट इसका पर्पस क्या होता है? अगेन टू अंडरस्टैंड कि वेयर इज़ योर स्टैंडिंग. So these are, you know, even when you will be going for interviews and you will be going for, you know, some marketing and ये, so ये सारे जो frameworks हैं, these frameworks should be on your tips. अगर आपने MBA करा है, आपको ये frameworks आने चाहिए, क्योंकि ये ऐसे directly कोई देखो एग्जाम में भी nobody going to ask you कि अच्छा BCG matrix बता दो, ANSOF बता, nobody will ask you this, right? But how will this be used? Implied. Question आएगा, implied answers होंगे. You have to, whatever you will say, you will back it up with a framework, right? Then the next comes is ANSOF matrix. ANSOF matrix talks about there are markets and there are products, right? So what they exactly do is to understand where we have to, what kind of growth strategies are required. For example, if there is a new market but there is an existing product, so here we can increase the market share by you know, getting into new markets. For example, Coca-Cola already existing product है, हम उसके लिए new markets देख रहे हैं and we can increase our growth. Market development, McDonald's है, चाइना में नहीं था, चाइना में गया, नया मार्केट डेवलप किया, उसमें राइस ऐड करे, so on and so forth, right? Then product development, Apple पहले I don't know how many of you know, phones बहुत बाद में आए हैं, पहले Apples were into personal computers and iPods. iPods आते थे, they used to come in variant colors, different colors में छोटे यहाँ पे लगा लो, ऐसे उसमें screen आता था, फिर there used to be a dialer and so on and so forth. Later on एक थोड़ा बड़ा phone size का iPod आता था, बिल्कुल it used to look like a phone, but obviously उसमें caller वाली जो calling वाली feature नहीं था. And around 2007 around I think the Apple phones came into picture. Here what they did? Product development. Existing market hai, people are aware of Apple products, but they have come up with a new product which was an Apple phone. Diversification. अच्छा, Amazon का कौन बताएगा कि how did Amazon start and what was their first business? Books, right? अब क्या कर रहा है Amazon? Almost everything. You name it and they are doing it. Right, and now so they are having their I don't know how many of you know about this their brand Solimo. Amazon का in-house brand है, right? उससे वो it's their in-house. अगर आप Amazon पे जाएंगे and if you will search Solimo, उसके heaters भी आ रहे हैं, bed sheets भी आ रही हैं, कपड़े भी आ रहे हैं, बहुत चीज़ें आ रही हैं, which is Amazon in-house brand, right? Then product life cycle. What do you understand by product life cycle? कि किसी भी product life cycle like humans, introduction होता है, growth है, maturity है and the decline है. जब कोई भी product को introduce करते हैं, जब नया आता है market में, ads आते हैं उसकी. So you understand ना, जो ads होती हैं उनको उनका billing कैसे होता है, उनकी costing कैसे होती है. It is about how many customers are hitting. अगर if you watch some video on YouTube और अगर आप लोगों ने उसका paid version नहीं लिया YouTube का, so you will find most often you will get one survey. Have you heard about L'Oreal? Have you heard about you know Kerastase, or have you heard about so and so, और उस पर टिक करने के survey kind of आता है, ठीक है? It is one of the ways of advertisement, and how many times you hit, they get to know कि these are the head counts that we are having and how people are people aware of our brand or not, right? So in the initial times आपका obviously नया product market में आएगा, sale कम होती है, उसको promote करने के लिए आप ज़्यादा ads में invest करते हो, at times financial losses भी हो सकते हैं, आपको भी customer को एक तरीके से पढ़ाना पड़ता है कि ये एक product है जिसकी आपको ज़रूरत है. This is how an ad comes. जैसे even you have to teach them how to use it. If I don't know how many of you have seen this Vanish का ad, right? Vanish का ad या फिर जो liquid detergent का आता है, देखिए rub pour, right? Surf excel, pour rub pour. वो they are educating the customers that this is how you're supposed to use the product. हमें वो लगता है it is just an ad, but no, they teach you कि दिस इज़ हाउ यू हैव टू यूज़ इट. लाइजॉल की ऐड आ रही है. हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू, आई डोंट नो, आप लोगों को पता भी होगा कि नहीं कि आपके घर में फ्लोर किससे क्लीन हो रहा है. ओके, है ना. लाइजॉल की ऐड आती है. सो लाइजॉल में क्या होता है कि वो इट्स अ प्रीटी एक्सपेंसिव प्रोडक्ट, राइट. सो घर में जिनके भी घर में ये यू नो इफ़ वी हैव हाउस हेल्प्स, सो अगर उनको आप बोलोगे कि आप वो एक कैप डाल दो, सो दे आर इन द हैबिट ऑफ वो जो 5 लीटर का फिनाइल आता है, उठाया, बकेट में डाल दिया, वो कितना डल रहा है. तो आपको लगता है कि ठीक है, हम लाइजॉल का एक वो इतना महंगा पड़ रहा है, एक ढक्कन डालेंगे, उससे क्या होगा, यहाँ जब तक ऐसे बहुत बारी नहीं उसके अंदर जाएगा पानी, सफ़ेद नहीं हो जाएगा या काला नहीं हो जाएगा, तो सफाई नहीं हो रही है और बदबू आनी चाहिए पूरे घर में वो हॉस्पिटल वाली, राइट. लाइजॉल की खुशबू से तो हमें रिलेट ही नहीं कर पाते ना कि सफाई हो रही है. एनीवेज, जोक्स अपार्ट, लाइजॉल की जो करंट आ रहा है, दे टीचिंग पीपल दैट यू नो डोंट थिंक अबाउट द कॉस्ट. आपका एक कैप जो आप यूज़ कर रहे हो, इट इज़ इक्विवेलेंट टू हाफ अ लीटर ऑफ फिनाइल दैट यू आर यूजिंग. So this is how they are creating the awareness, this is how they are educating their customer. And this is one of the important things, right, कि how would they, नहीं तो अभी भी people are not very okay with using Lysol at home, कि नहीं पूरा बदबू आना चाहिए फिनाइल का, वो strong pungent smell जब तक नहीं आएगी तब तक. हाँ हाँ, दैट्स व्हाट कि ये, हाँ, क्योंकि अभी हम देखते हैं कि ये सब जगह ये यूज़ हो रहा है, हॉस्पिटल्स में भी ये यूज़ हो रहा है, सब जगह ये यूज़ हो रहा है, तो कुछ ठीक ही होगा तभी हो रहा है यूज़ ये, राइट. देन कोई भी एक प्रोडक्ट होता है, उसकी ग्रोथ होती है. चलो, आई थिंक अब नाउ द यूथ ऑफ द क्लास वुड अंडरस्टैंड बेटर इफ आई गिव अ मोर यूथफुल एग्जाम्पल. लेट्स टॉक अबाउट फेसबुक. ठीक है, फेसबुक से तो सब समझ जाएंगे, ऑर्कुट से तो पता नहीं कितने समझेंगे यहाँ पर. फेसबुक का स्टार्ट हुआ, ऑर्कुट था, डिक्लाइन हुआ, फेसबुक स्टार्टेड. हाउ डिड इट स्टार्ट, हु स्टार्टेड, हाउ हैव यू सीन इट्स मूवी, हैव यू सीन इट्स मूवी? ओके, सो होमवर्क है, लिख लो कि यू हैव टू गो एंड वॉच दिस मूवी. मेरे को अभी नाम याद नहीं आ रहा है. आई जस्ट चेक इन माई फोन एंड आई लेट यू नो. I think it's on Netflix or somewhere. I'll let you know the name of the movie. So there they have shown the story of Facebook. And how did it start? It started in the dormitory. It was particularly only for the classmates, for the batchmates, and how it just shot up and it was made commercialized and it was used, right? So that was its take-off time, right? तब वो समवेयर इट वॉज इन द इंट्रोडक्शन कि सिर्फ कॉलेज के बच्चे यूज़ कर रहे थे उस टाइम पर. फिर उन्हें लगा कि नहीं, दिस कैन बी कमर्शलाइज्ड. देन इट वॉज अ ह्यूज टेक ऑफ, उसकी ग्रोथ हुई. अभी वो किस स्टेज में, अभी अगर हम सोचें तो वेयर इट इज़ राइट नाउ. हाँ, सी, वन मोर थिंग इज देयर, यू नो, एवरी प्रोडक्ट इज एट अ डिफरेंट स्टेज फॉर डिफरेंट पीपल. Probably now you people are bored of Facebook, आप लोग Instagram पे आ गए हो, and probably for this set, for this subset, it is on the maturity or on the decline stage. But for someone like me who doesn't use a Facebook, if today I will start using a Facebook, personally, for me it will be on an introduction stage कि वाह, ये तो बड़ी अच्छी चीज़ है. Instagram, it, you know, now we want everything to be very quick. And I remember Facebook is very clumsy. It's like so many ads and so many things, and you know, and even I'm telling you, you know, you guys will also get bored of Instagram. है ना, कितना, how many times will you just keep watching and watching one thing over the other, and एक ही जोक, एक ही गाना, 50 लोग उस पर परफॉर्म कर रहे हैं. there is a end of everything, right? जो भी एक प्रोडक्ट है, ये तो this is the you know rule of the world, है ना. ठीक है, whatever has started will obviously decline as well. So जब कोई maturity stage पे आता है, इसका मतलब है कि वहाँ पे उसके जो भी peak sales है, cost per customer, अब ज़्यादा advertisement की ज़रूरत नहीं है, कम advertisement से भी हो जाता है, जैसे रेड लेबल टी है, अब लोगों को चाहिए वो, उसमें कोई थोड़ी ना ज़्यादा ऐड आती है, कभी एक आदि को एक ऐड आ जाती है कि हाँ दिस ऐड विच इज़ कमिंग, दिस गाय हु इज़ कमिंग हु सिंगल, वो कफ हो रहा है उसको, वो लेडी उसकी नेबर पूछती है चाय, तो बोलता है हाँ, एंड है ना दैट वो दैट एड राइट. तो हियर एंड देयर वन एड जस्ट एक टॉप ऑफ द माइंड अवेयरनेस के लिए एक ऐड आ जाती है, बट अल्टीमेटली कैन वी स्टे अवे फ्रॉम चाय? नहीं, ऐड नहीं भी करेंगे तो भी हम जाके चाय ले आएंगे, बट दे वांट टू इंश्योर कि हम रेड लेबल टी लेते हैं, हम किसी और टी पे ना चले जाएं, कोई वाघ बकरी या कोई और ब्रांड पे ना चले जाए, तो एक जस्ट टॉप ऑफ द माइंड के लिए एक ऐड वो लाके रखते हैं. देन डिक्लाइन वी नो, प्रॉफिट्स फॉल कर रहे हैं, कस्टमर पे को भी हम ज़्यादा अवेयर नहीं कर रहे हैं अपने प्रोडक्ट के बारे में. नंबर ऑफ़ कॉम्पिटिटर्स भी, अब धीरे धीरे कॉम्पिटिटर्स भी जा रहे हैं कि अब ज़्यादा ज़रूरत नहीं है इसमें, नाउ लेट्स मूव टू सम अदर बिजनेस, राइट. देन मैकेंजी 7S फ्रेमवर्क, व्हाट इज़ दिस? दिस इज़ रिलेटेड टू ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. आपकी स्ट्रैटेजी है किसी भी प्रोडक्ट को आगे बढ़ाने की, उसे कौन एग्जीक्यूट करेगा, कौन हेल्प करेगा आपको स्ट्रैटेजी में? The system of the organization, the structure, the skill set of your employees, right? And the shared values, your staff, the style in which you work, and all these, the S that they are talking about. अगर ये सारे in tandem, if we are using it, then you will have a fruitful strategy application, and it will always obviously show in the results as well. ये क्यों ज़रूरी है आपको जानना? Because आप जाएंगे, you will work and these things will come really handy to you, where you will be using these things. या फिर not just that you will go and work, you might have your own startup as well, right? There also देखो, when you go and work, always keep one thing in mind, wherever you will go and wherever you will work, don't go with this mindset कि मैं आया हूँ, मैं तनख्वाह लेके अपना एक महीने काम करके and I'll go. You have to work like as if it is your own thing, because if you will develop that thing, if you will own it up, if you will own what you're doing, eventually probably you will have a knack of having something of your own, and the way you would want your employees to work in future for you, this is how you should work for your current employer. Now let's study industry versus product life cycle. So when I talk about the industry life cycle, I will explain this with the help of an example. Industry life cycle में, for example, Apple and IBM initially, I don't know how many of you have seen this Apple के PCs, they used to come in very beautiful colors, like reds and blues and greens, if someone can just quickly search, the earlier times of Apple. So it was an entire industry which was developing. PCs थे तो फिर ग्रोथ स्टेज आया, उसमें और कॉम्पिटिटर्स ऐड हुए लाइक डेल और HP. उसके बाद एक मैच्योरिटी स्टेज आया जहाँ पे ये होने लगा कि अच्छा ठीक है PCs तो ठीक है, बट हाउ कैन दे बी मोर कॉस्ट एफिशिएंट. उनकी अभी इफ टुडे आई आस्क दिस क्लास, अच्छा अगर वी डोंट हैव द गेमर्स हियर, व्हाट वुड यू प्रेफर? पीपल वुड प्रेफर अ लैपटॉप over a PC. But agar if we have some people belonging to gamer community, they would prefer that they should have a system, they should have a proper console, they should have a steering wheel and जो भी वो और क्या कहते हैं उसको, controller and what all. Come up with it guys. What all is required for a gaming PC? Right. And sorry, हाँ राइट हीटअप हो जाता है, राइट. ठीक है, सो इसमें इन सब चीज़ों के लिए ना PC इज़ बेटर देन अ लैपटॉप. लैपटॉप में व्हेन दे वर्क तो उसमें तो हीट करेगा वो, जैसे आपने बोला लाइक फैन एंड ऑल उसकी रिक्वायर्ड होती है. एंड इवन इफ़ यू वांट टू यूज़ दैट प्ले स्टेशन वाला जो कंट्रोलर होता है, वो भी इट वर्क्स बेटर व्हेन इट्स ऑन अ desktop, right? So continuing with what I was saying, now this industry is sort of in a declining stage where people are preferring लैपटॉप, मैकबुक ओवर अ पीसी. हाँ, ऑफिसेज में अभी भी होता है कि चलो एक बल्क ऑर्डर है, सिस्टम्स लिए जा रहे हैं, डेस्कटॉप्स हैं, सो ऑन एंड सो फोर्थ. बट ग्रेजुअली यू नो इफ यू सी दिस entire business of PCs is slowly declining. People are more comfortable with laptop, but I'm sure that there would be a time when they would not even go for laptop. They would just probably go for an iPads with a portable keyboard, so on and so forth, right? Then product life cycle, as we've already discussed earlier. I'll just quickly run through this. 2007 में Apple product was launched. What exactly they did? People were aware of it. उन्होंने जो भी नेटवर्किंग, जो भी टेलीकॉम कंपनीज थी उनसे टाइप्स करे. दे गेन्ड मोर मार्केट शेयर, मोर इनोवेटिव प्रोडक्ट्स उन्होंने बनाए. अभी क्या है, इट इज़ समवेयर ऑन अ मैच्योरिटी स्टेज. डिक्लाइन तो नहीं होगा, बट probably it is somewhere on the maturity stage, because you know with every new iPhone there is nothing new which comes. कुछ नया नहीं आ रहा है. This time it was the only thing which was new was कि अभी आप 5x zoom कैमरा है, but that's it. The touch, feel, everything is same. There is no such difference. And people who are into ठीक है, who are into photography and all, probably it's good for them. You know, they want better zooming camera and so on. But otherwise, who have a very limited use, just calling, dialing, checking mails, for them there is nothing you know so new which is there. So we can say that it has kind of reached a saturation and it is somewhere at the maturity stage. However, it is not going down anywhere. It is not at a declining stage per se, but now they are coming in with wearable technologies. I have seen people wearing Apple watches और उसमें भी आवाज़ आ जाती है. I mean, I think I'm like too technologically illiterate. I don't use these Apple Watch. तो उसमें भी वो कॉल पिक हो जाता है and the sound comes, and so this is very very new for me. Sorry if I'm sounding very ancient, but you know these things also come and now they are trying to innovate. अभी क्या करें, फ़ोन में तो they are done. कितना फ़ोन पे बात करते हैं, अब आप घड़ी से ही बात कर लो, फिर रिंग भी निकाल देंगे, अब रिंग में ही बात कर लो आप, ठीक है. So then how, what is the interaction between industry and product? You know, both the things are interdependent. If there is an entire industry, अगर इंडस्ट्री एक डाउनफॉल की तरफ जा रही है, अगर इंडस्ट्री एक डाउनफॉल की तरफ जा रही है, then obviously they have to also you know change their products accordingly. Probably they have to reduce their product line, and if the industry is expanding, then they have to come up with something new, right? नए product lines लेके आने पड़ेंगे. जैसे कि PC industry, when it was expanding, it was growing, companies like Dell and HP had to come up with new product lines. Then for the Apple iPhone, अभी जो फ़ोन है उसमें 5G टेक्नोलॉजी भी वर्क कर रही है, उससे पहले उसमें नहीं वर्क कर रही थी, राइट? आई थिंक 13 onwards 5G is working. उससे पहले I don't think so 5G was working on the phone. And it is also depends on the industry life cycle, that how it's going on, right? Then static versus dynamic competitive advantage. What do you understand? Achha, this also we'll understand with the help of example. Do you know what is De Beers into? Diamonds. उसका किसी को स्लोगन टैगलाइन याद है? आपको याद है मैम? पहले De Beers का ऐड आता था कि हीरा है सदा के लिए. You know, this used to be the ad for De Beers. So they knew that you know they had a huge chunk of the market. कि this is their static competitive advantage. They had no other competitor whatsoever. अभी De Beers forefront में नहीं खेलता, लेकिन जितने भी दूसरे जो भी you know diamond houses हैं, इनके लिए they source their diamonds from De Beers, right? And at the same time, when I talk about dynamic competitive advantage, Netflix पहले DVDs and all इन चीज़ों में था, अभी they had to change according to the current market, according to the current ecosystem. Now they are into streaming, right? अच्छा, how many of you know this thing कि Amazon पे 2 people can watch one movie simultaneously? I'm sorry.
Parallel screen is available for the same device.
नहीं, इन द सेंस कि फॉर एग्जाम्पल मैं वो नहीं कह रही हूँ कि फ्रेंड्स ने एक्सचेंज कर लिया पासवर्ड और देख रहे हैं तो हाँ, नॉट दैट। आई मीन इट्स लाइक पीपल वांट टू वॉच वन पर्टिकुलर मूवी टुगेदर, कि अभी स्पेशली कोविड में जब ऐसे ये नहीं कि मेरे पास भी लॉगिन है और मेरे पास भी लॉगिन है और दोनों देख ले, नॉट लाइक दैट इट्स लाइक you give an invite. It's like a movie watching in a theater.
Sharing the same screen in two different
No,
places.
no, no, no. It's not sharing the same screen per se.
Exactly, ma'am. Just as we are watching a movie, and just like we are sitting together and seeing that movie, the same situation is there. In like we are, the same screen is visible on both the sides.
Ha, but to make it a little more technical, it's like I will send you an invite that would you like to watch a movie with me, and for example, let's fix a time कि 3 बजे we'll watch a movie. I will send you one invite, and you will watch a movie in your particular phone. I will watch it in my phone. Different login IDs होंगे, same नहीं होगा. और अगर मान लो मुझे किसी काम से जाना पड़ा, I'll pause it. आपके वहाँ पे भी pause हो जाएगा वो. And आपके वहाँ pause हो जाएगा. So this is how people are using these things कि just to have a feel of कि you're actually watching it at a theater, या आप सच में साथ में बैठ के मूवी देख रहे हो. And then when I'll return, I can play it again and so on and so forth, right? So dynamic competitive advantage क्या होता है कि it is more sustainable, you are changing as per the market. जैसे मार्केट चेंज हो रहा है, आप चेंज हो रहे हो. पहले DVD था, फिर अभी ये हो गया. अभी नेटफ्लिक्स ने क्या करा है, दे गॉट द इंटायर सिस्टम. इंडियंस को उन्होंने सिखा दिया नेटफ्लिक्स देखना. एक फ्रेंड ने लिया, 50 फ्रेंड ने यूज़ कर लिया. एवरीबडी इज़ हैविंग द सेम पासवर्ड. अगर किसी ने एक ने बदल दिया तो सबको अरे वो पासवर्ड देना, राइट. सो ये चीज़ होती है. लेकिन अब क्या हो गया, कैन यू शेयर इट? अभी उन्होंने बोल दिया कि इंडियंस है ज़्यादा तो दे विल नॉट स्पेंड. सो नाउ दे हैव कम अप विद 199 फॉर अ मंथ कि आप अपने सिस्टम पे यूज़ कर सकते हो. आई थिंक 4 सिस्टम्स पे आप यूज़ कर सकते हो. आई थिंक अमेजोन का स्टिल आई थिंक इट कैन बी यूज ऑन मल्टीपल वो. बट नेटफ्लिक्स, why they have evolved, they have a dynamic competitive advantage. They have changed because they have to, they were going through losses. So when they thought they have to recover the losses, they came up with this thing कि अभी एक particular password और login को 50 लोग ना यूज़ करके 50 लोग अपना अपना login यूज़ करें. हाँ, exactly. So they have made. हाँ, so उन्होंने, this is how they all do, right? पहले they get you into the habit of it, and they slowly, पहले शुरू में होगा कि 399 for a year, 599 for a year, फिर एकदम से आ जाता है 2009 for a year. I'm sorry? हाँ हाँ, सबका देखो, कोई कोई ऐसे दूसरे भी OTTs हैं जिनमें 499 for a year है. So they all have their own calculations, right? So now since our strength is higher, we have to start with the case study analysis. So this is the case. Can someone please read this case out for me? और इस केस में जो क्वेश्चंस हैं, पहले आप क्वेश्चंस नोट करो. एक मिनट, ये 4 क्वेश्चंस हैं, सारे नोट नहीं करने हैं. हम एक काम करते हैं, फोर ग्रुप्स बनाए इसके, ठीक है. दिस इज ग्रुप 1, ऑलराइट, टिल यू. ओके मैम, लैवेंडर, राइट, टिल यू इट्स ग्रुप 1. आप लोग पीछे चारों, और आप लोग वहाँ से चले जाओ उधर पीछे ग्रुप में. ऑल ऑफ यू, या प्लीज गो देयर. Just divide amongst yourself into 4 groups. लेकिन फ्रेंड्स के साथ नहीं बैठना है जाके, ठीक है ना. हाँ हाँ बैठो बैठो. ठीक है, this is group 3 and this is group 4, all right? So group 1 will do the first question, and please choose a team leader amongst yourself or I'll choose. फोर्थ अपना सेकंड ग्रुप कौन सा है? सेकंड ग्रुप, हाँ उधर से भी आप लोग चले जाओ प्लीज़, ये लास्ट 2 रोज प्लीज़ गो देयर, या आप लोग इधर आ जाओ का. हाँ ये आप लोगों का 3 है. हाँ आप चले जाओ उधर चले. सो मैम आप लोगों से पीछे पूरा ग्रुप 2 है, ठीक है, इंक्लूडिंग यू गाइस. योर्स इज ग्रुप 4. And this is group 3. Have you noted down your question? ठीक है, अभी आई एम पुटिंग ऑन द case study screen, right? So this is the case study. If someone can read this out for everyone in the class. Who's feeling very sleepy? Is there someone who's feeling very sleepy in the class? चलो आप पढ़. You are not feeling sleepy. I'm just ऐसे. Can you read this? Yeah, talking to you. Just read the background. Everybody just listen to him.
As the market evolved, Janet faced increasing competition and changing consumer preferences.
Thank you. You got the zip? What is this case all about? Right. And they are facing competition and the changing consumer preference, right? Situation analysis क्या है इसका? Right? And and what are the challenges? The first challenge is adapting to new markets, understanding and adapting to cultural and consumer preference in new geographical areas, innovation, keeping up with the rapid technological advancements in the consumer electronics sector, and resource allocation, balancing investment between the existing TV business and the new smart home devices venture. So you will be the team leader, right, from your team. This is team A, team 1. Ma'am, you, ठीक है? आप थर्ड ग्रुप में हैं, सेकेंड ग्रुप में आप, ठीक है? Fine, is it okay with you? You will represent your group. Is it fine with you? All right. And here, sir, you will represent your group. All right. Chalo. Just get going, all of you. And whatever we have learned, not just today, but in the previous classes, you have to use those frameworks, those terminologies. that's what I said. Group 4 will answer the fourth question. Just only the fourth question और discuss करना है आपको आपस में. So these group activities are very important because in future also when you guys will be working, you have to work in teams, right? So let's just get used to working in teams right away. So the first question is, how should Zenith Electronics balance its investment between its traditional TV business and the new smart home devices segment? The second question is, what strategies should Zenith employ to enter and compete in the Southeast Asian and Middle Eastern markets? What strategies should Zenith employ to enter and compete in the Southeast Asian and Middle Eastern markets? Yeah, you have to do second question. That's it. Third question, how can Zenith leverage its current static competitive advantage while building dynamic advantages in these new markets and product categories? The fourth one being, considering the industry and product life cycles, what strategic moves should Zenith make to sustain its growth and market position? Guys, if you guys want to sit together, आपके change कर लीजिए टेबल, पीछे चले जाइए. अच्छा, everyone will stick to the case discussion. No personal discussions, please. ये उन्हें कैसे पता चलता है ना? Are we done with the attendance? Can you give me the attendance sheet? ठीक है, are we done with the first question? Can we discuss it? Okay. So who's representing group 1? Okay, another thing, when your fellow classmate would come and discuss the case with me, you have to ensure that you maintain the decorum of the class. See, even in the exams, you will get similar cases. And when you will be attempting those cases, please ensure that you use technical terminologies. Okay, now we are discussing question 1. Are we ready? Okay, now let's discuss question 1. Are we ready? अच्छा, since it's a huge class, जो लास्ट में जो डिस्कस कर रहे हैं वो लोग भी आके डिस्कस कर लेना फिर मेरे साथ, ठीक है? चलो, who is coming from group 1? Who is coming? Will you come? How should Zenith Electronics balance its investment between its traditional TV business and the new smart home device segment? Okay, group 1 is not interested in sharing. Let's go on to group 2. Then please come. Okay, everybody. Come here. Come here.
मैम बेसिकली भी रिक्वायर्ड इन्वेस्टमेंट
For the entire class.
ये आ जाती है मेरी।
अच्छा, अभी everybody back to your place. Back to your place. No further discussions. Now we'll listen to our fellow classmate. Yes, ma'am. Start.
मैम फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल भी
क्या हो गया? क्या इतना अर्जेंट है? वहाँ अलग ही कुछ अर्जेंसी चल रही है, वहाँ अलग। चलो बोलो।
फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल वी फॉलो द दैट ओशन स्ट्रैटेजी। यहाँ पे एग्जिस्टिंग प्लेयर ऑलरेडी मार्केट में है, हम न्यू है। हम मतलब है तो पुराने से, पर होम अप्लायंस के लिए हम न्यू है। और जो टीवी है हमारे लिए कैश का प्रोडक्ट है, तो वहाँ पे हमें जो इन्वेस्टमेंट है वहाँ पे कम करनी पड़ेगी और उसको क्वेश्चन मार्क प्रोडक्ट जैसे जो कि हमारे होम अप्लायंसेस है उसमें हम शिफ्ट कर देंगे, क्योंकि उसमें मार्केट ग्रोथ भी ज़्यादा है, तो ये हमारा ओवरऑल मार्केट शेयर भी इंक्रीज करेगा।
एंड
और मैम हमें इसके लिए रिसर्च एंड डेवलपमेंट ज़्यादा करना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि हमें होम अप्लायंसेस में हम रेड ओशन स्ट्रैटेजी फॉलो करते हैं, तो हमें रिसर्च एंड डेवलपमेंट में ज़्यादा करनी पड़ेगी, जिससे हम न्यू प्रोडक्ट्स ला सकें और वाईफाई इनेबल फीचर्स दे सकें। और हमारे प्रोडक्ट मतलब हमें प्रोडक्ट डाइवर्सिफिकेशन करना पड़ेगा।
हाँ, so what exactly she's trying to say is just to continue with your traditional TV set, but focusing more on the
होम अप्लायंस।
new home appliances. All right, thank you. Now, group 2, what strategies should Zenith employ to enter and compete in the Southeast Asian and Middle Eastern markets? Actually, you also introduce yourself to the class and then we'll start. Huh? Yeah.
Hi guys, I'm Captain Abhilasha. I'm serving in Army from last 8 years. I hope I'm audible. Yes. I'm serving in 12 para SF. If you heard about the para special forces, I'm also pursuing my MBA with you guys. So, come to the topic. What strategies should Zenith employ to enter and compete in the Southern Asian and Middle Eastern market? To enter in a new market, first of all, we have to prefer to understand the consumer behavior of the particular geography. So it is our first step that we have to understand the behavior of a market in presently right now. Secondly, the price effectiveness. What type of what amount that we have put for the particular product to sell that product as in comparison of the respective competitors. Third is awareness to the advertisement, because all we know that every TV have a different qualities. So we have to aware our crowd, our consumers through advertisement. And fourth one, we take up feedback from the consumers, that what type of difficulties and what type of positive pros and cons that they are facing while using our product. And fourth one, we are innovating on the basis of the feedbacks that we are getting from our consumers. And sixth one, if we found that we are lack in few products that we are lack in selling, so we provide some offers to be inculcate, to be reduce that particular burden of the particular product by providing them an offer in different type of percentages as compared to the market strategy.
So what frameworks have we used here?
What frameworks?
What all we have learned, what all frameworks have you used? जो मैंने अभी आपको पढ़ाए थे, ये जो भी थे tools थे, BCG matrix, ANSOR, 7S, GE McKenzie.
We just go with the product life cycles. We just go with, there is a 7S now.
You have not used, go. Alright, so guys, here in this question, they are discussing about entering into new markets, Southeast Asian market. So when one wants to enter into new market, what we can use is market development strategy, which we studied in the ANSOR matrix, right? Here when we want to enter into a new market, what is one of the ways? You can have a joint venture with someone, you can have a partnership with someone, you know, when you're entering into a completely new country. And then after going there, you can understand the localized needs, the localized market needs, and you can also adapt your product accordingly. So in future, you know, remember, if you want to enter into some new market, don't try to go solo कि हम अकेले सब कर लेंगे. It's always better to have some partnership, because you have to analyze कि आपका cost ज़्यादा लग रहा है क्या. If your cost is being reduced by partnering with someone, then why not, right? Okay, so now third question, who's coming? How can Zenith leverage its current static competitive advantage while building dynamic advantages in these new markets and product categories? Come.
Hello everyone. Myself Tushita. Currently I am pursuing MBA and I left my job recently only, so I am not working right now. So the question says that we have to tell the advantages while building dynamic advantages in new market and product category. So as we right now studied about BCG, so in the car market we can grow, we already exist in the market, but we need to grow as of the declining rate in the product because of the challenges faced by the company. So we have decided like we can introduce a new range of products on a cheaper, cheaper price rate.
Don't use cheaper, I have already mentioned in the class. क्या use करो?
Affordable price range.
Affordable or low price ना? ठीक है
Low
चलो.
price range. Second, we can introduce new dynamic products like which are easy to use, adaptive in nature, like the products are easy to use by the children also and the adult generation also. Like people are not that tech savvy, so they can be easily able to use the product. And third, the durability of the product would be good. So and providing nice customer services to the customers. And also we have focused on the eco-friendly range, like the products are eco-friendly, consumes less electricity and energy efficient. And one last point we want to consider, like the brand is already in the market, so we will be working on the brand value also and focusing on the brand recognition.
Right, so this is one of the good points, thank you so much. That, you know, the Zenith has already has a name in the market. So it is already, it's one of the static competitive advantage, right? So they can leverage on it. So when they will be entering into new home appliances and other products, they need not start from the scratch. उनकी brand loyalty, brand development already exists करती है. हाँ, please sir, tell me. I'm sorry. Okay, so now it's time for the fourth question. Considering the industry and product life cycles, what strategic moves should Zenith make to sustain its growth and market position? Come.
Hey everyone, I'm Advocate Abhilasha, currently practicing at Delhi High Court. So I'm doing MBA just to enhance my knowledge. So my question is, my main focus is to just make strategic moves to enhance the growth of the company and making a market position. So we have some points to achieve our goals. That the first thing is in 1990s, there is like a very beginning phase for any television company. At that time, if the competitor are like if the television company is facing challenges with the competitor, तो हम in this scenario यहाँ पर क्या है कि हम टेक्नोलॉजी एडवांसमेंट वहाँ पर हो नहीं रखा था, तो हम सबसे पहले फोकस कर सकते हैं ऑन द टेक्नोलॉजिकल एडवांसमेंट स्टेज, क्योंकि उस टाइम पर ब्लैक एंड वाइट टीवी होती हैं, तो कॉम्पिटिटर्स जो हैं हमारे क्या जो फीचर्स हैं वो डिलीवर कर रहे हैं, जिस वजह से उनका वो हमारे कॉम्पिटिटर्स बन पा रहे हैं. तो
एक मिनट, आप ब्लैक एंड वाइट टीवी पे कहाँ पहुँच गए?
नहीं मैम, एक्चुअली आई एम जस्ट मैनेजिंग अकॉर्डिंग टू द सिचुएशन, और दैट थिंग्स आर नॉट अवेलेबल.
ठीक है, ठीक है.
ओके, सो 1990s में क्या टेक्नोलॉजी एडवांसमेंट इतना नहीं था, तो हम ये देख सकते हैं कि हमारे जो कॉम्पिटिटर्स हैं उनके पास क्या ऐसी टेक्नोलॉजीज हैं जिसकी वजह से वो बेटर परफॉर्म कर रहे हैं या हमारे कॉम्पिटिटर बन पा रहे हैं. सबसे पहले हम मैच करेंगे उनकी जो टेक्नोलॉजिकल चीज़ें हैं उनको मैच करने की. उसके बाद जो दूसरी हमारी स्ट्रेटजी रहेगी वो हम इस तरीके के सर्वेस कंडक्ट कराएंगे कि हमारे जो कस्टमर्स हैं उनकी क्या रिक्वायरमेंट है एज पर द टेक्नोलॉजिकल लेवल्स, तभी हम यहाँ पर सस्टेन कर पाएंगे और जो है हमारे कॉम्पिटिटर्स को टेकल कर पाएंगे. तीसरी चीज़ यहाँ पर हम फोकस कर सकते हैं कि हमारा जो कॉम्पिटिटर है वो किस प्राइस रेंज या किस क्वालिटी ऑफ गुड्स पर मोर फोकस्ड है. तो हम अपनी प्राइस रेंज, क्वालिटी, उन सब में इन्हेंसमेंट करेंगे. और यहाँ पर प्रोडक्ट लाइफ साइकिल वाली जो स्ट्रेटेजी हमें बताई थी उस पर हम फोकस करेंगे कि हर एक प्रोडक्ट का एक फेज होता है, जब वो शुरू होता है फिर धीरे धीरे करके वो डिक्लाइनिंग स्टेज में जाता है. तो यहाँ पर जो टेलीविजन है वो कहीं ना कहीं एक स्टार्टिंग फेज में अभी चल रही है. तो वहाँ पर हम अलग अलग तरीके के इनोवेटिव आइडियाज, जैसे कि मान के चलिए काफ़ी पहले बड़ी साइज की टीवीज होती हैं, उनके साइज में कॉम्पैक्ट साइज का जो एडजस्टमेंट है उस पर फोकस कर सकते हैं. तो जितने भी चीज़ें धीरे धीरे एडवांसमेंट आती जाती हैं उनको हम इन्वॉल्व करते जाएंगे तो चीज़ें बेटर अप होती जाएंगी. तो दिस इज व्हाट आई.
ठीक है, थैंक यू सो मच. Thank you so much. See guys, if you have noticed in these questions, इसमें categorically cues दिए हुए हैं. Like for example, if we talk about the fourth question, considering the industry and product life cycle, we have read this topic. ठीक है, आप कुछ भी, क्योंकि आप कुछ भी आंसर लिखिए, just try that your answer should revolve around this. कि हाँ, अभी हम प्रोडक्ट लाइफ साइकिल, इंडस्ट्री लाइफ साइकिल के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं. पहले इंडस्ट्री पर से के बारे में बात करेंगे, टीवी इंडस्ट्री, मैन्युफैक्चरिंग, टीवी मैन्युफैक्चरिंग इंडस्ट्री. फिर हम प्रोडक्ट की बात करेंगे, फिर उसके ग्रोथ की बात करेंगे, उसके स्टेजेस के बारे में बात करेंगे. सिमिलरली थर्ड क्वेश्चन में हमने बात करी है, क्वेश्चन में स्टैटिक कॉम्पिटिटिव एडवांटेज एंड डायनेमिक कॉम्पिटिटिव एडवांटेज. सी द क्यू इज गिवन इन द क्वेश्चन, राइट? सो इवन व्हेन यू विल गेट दीज केस स्टडीज फॉर योर एग्जाम, क्योंकि एग्जाम में ऐसे तो नहीं आएगा कि बीसीजी मैट्रिक्स एक्सप्लेन कर दो, ऐसे नहीं आता है ना. इट्स एन एमबीए एग्ज़ाम. ये आपका ये अप्लाइड नॉलेज टेस्ट करने के एग्ज़ाम है. ये आपने कितना रट लिया है वो टेस्ट करने के एग्ज़ाम तो है नहीं, राइट? लेकिन आपने कितना समझा, कितना आप अप्लाई करेंगे. एप्लीकेशन इज़ मोर इम्पॉर्टेंट नाउ, राइट? सो विद दिस वी हैव कम टू द एंड ऑफ द डिस्कशन फॉर टुडेज क्लास. But if you guys have any doubts or if you guys want to discuss something, we may. Otherwise, if you can just give me the yes. Guys, listen to your classmates' question. We all have to answer. Yeah, please.
Why I, being a consumer, why I just purchase the same technological product from a different company, just like new in a market, or I already have the same technology with a different company who are existing in the market from long ago.
You tell me, why would you do this?
We match the technology.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is okay. We have to understand the technology, but easily we match the technology. Either we have to go one step ahead of them for the new technology. If we match the same technology, if we make the same technology product with a new company in the market, so why being a consumer, why I just question?
So are you asking me why do we want to buy from someone who is new in the market? अभी आप okay, you answer your question. You know Sony is such an old company. Sony का 64-inch television is for how much? Do you know? It is for around close to 3.5 lakhs. और वही आपको शायद कौन सी और कंपनीज होती हैं Xiaomi and MI उसका 64 इंचेस कितने का मिलेगा maybe little lesser price I don't know exactly I know about Sony is for this much but अगर मुझे एक बड़ा भी टीवी चाहिए मेरे पास पैसे भी इतने नहीं हैं एंड आई कैन ज़्यादा क्वालिटी का डिफरेंस भी नहीं है बहुत ज़्यादा ड्रास्टिक डिफरेंस तो नहीं होता है then I will go for something new in the market. See, your decision of buying something, सबको अच्छा quality चाहिए, सबको best product चाहिए. But जितना best product चाहिए, we have to spend accordingly, right? So this is where the new players come in. For example, in case of a phone also, there is a Samsung phone, there is an Apple phone, but there is an MI phone also, Oppo phone also, and there is a huge market for that. Not everybody can afford those phones, right? So the price point comes into picture here. That's why in the previous class also we read about cost leadership and differentiation. Differentiation was Sony, cost leadership was Oppo and yeah. Guys, 1 second. हाँ. हाँ, waffles, हाँ. हाँ. Right. Right. See, the thing is that not that they have started, Gyanis were also somewhere someday, right? They all have their own trajectories. They have to work towards it. They have to give certain offers. They have to come up with something more lucrative. Maybe in advertising should be something. For example, agar aapke college mein there is a fest which is happening, they can sponsor an event to create more awareness. Now that there is Instagram, Facebook, so awareness has to be created, right? Right. Maybe a more health conscious, sugar free, and so on. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. And with this, I have. Which was for cross culture की इसमें strategy की cross culture. We'll get in the next class. All right, thank you so much. Happy Sunday, whatever is remaining. Can someone please call or do it themselves? That is the whole point.